Hello everyone. Welcome to This Southern Girl Can's Collaboween celebration. I am Teresa from Teresa Silhouette Spot for Art, where I love sharing art from my heart and teaching you how to create a little joy in your life through some fun, simple, quick art projects. Welcome to the Collaboween celebration. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, please hit the red subscribe button. And then when we're done, go back and check out the comments and the description for links to all the other creators that are in this Collaboween. Thank you. I'm going to switch my camera around and we will get started. I have this simple line drawing here. Maybe you can see what we're going to do. These are some little witch legs. So I'm going to get started here. The first thing I'm going to do is get out about a 1-inch flat brush. And we're going to start doing the background. Now, I like to trace out my designs before I get started. It is just a tool. There are people who, sorry for the noise, there are people who think that's cheating. I don't. I think if you have tools and there are tools available to you to use, that you should use them. I am picking up a little bit of white. There's some black in it before. I got a little bit contaminated earlier from a project I was working on. And I am just sporadically getting some white onto the upper back portion of my 11 by 14 canvas. And then I'm going to go into this really fun lime green and I'm going to start doing in the background. Now where I put the white, it's going to pick up white. And then where there is no white, it's going to be darker. And we are going to have some shades of our really fun lime green. Although this is not a horizon, I want to be very careful and keep that line straight. I don't care if I go over my boots. That's why I went over my boots with Sharpie, because we'll still be able to see them. I will probably not be able to see the leggings, but we know where the legs are. They come out of the top of the boots, right? So again, welcome to the Collaboween. If you're not following This Southern Girl Can, you should be. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, please do by hitting the red subscribe button on the bottom. Big time into Halloween here. I was so excited to be a part of this collaboration. I also have a free group on Facebook. It is called Teresa's Spot for Step-by-Step Acrylic Art. You can hop over there and join that group. And in that group, once a month, I do a free painting that includes a tracer and a supply list. Oftentimes, I will include a kit that I sell at the beginning of the month. So if you want to just purchase the kit, it comes with the brushes you need, a pre-traced canvas, and all the paint. Special price for group members only. Otherwise, you can just hop on with me, get your own supplies. I provide a supply list and a tracer, and then we paint together. There's over 24 paintings in my group already. So if you're not a member, it's a free group, and you can hop over to Facebook and join that. If you don't want to hop over to Facebook, you have an aversion to Facebook, those same videos can be found right here on my YouTube page. Okay, so by adding the white first, I have a nice variation of my lime green and white in the background. I can still see my legs, and I'm good with that. So I'm going to wash my brush. I use 2 cups. I use this one, which has dirty water, and a drop of dish soap. And then I use this one, which has dirty water now, but basically for rinsing. Okay, and I'm going to wash my brush. Okay, now I'm going to go back and I'm doing the same thing along the bottom, but this time I'm going to do it horizontally. I'm going to pick up the white again, and I'm going to sporadically add some white across here. Now you can do the white and the pink at the same time, totally up to you. So I have the white on my brush, and now I'm going to come in here. I'm going to use very slow and careful. You can tell when I'm concentrating, I stop talking. And I'm going to start filling in the bottom portion now. I often get asked, well, what do you do with the edges? Well, I'll tell you what I do with the edges. Sometimes I do nothing. Sometimes I paint them some funky colors and designs. Oh, I missed the ups in the middle there. I have to go back to that. And then sometimes I take whatever colors that I'm painting on the front of the canvas and carry them over to the back of the canvas, or the edges of the canvas. Again, I'm going to take my brush, I'm going to lay it on a 45, and I'm going to gently and slowly pull across to make a nice straight line. Okay. To get in those nooks and crannies, I'm going to have to get a smaller brush. So this is just what I was talking about. Sometimes when I do my canvases, I wrap around the edge and do it the same color as I do the front. Sometimes I do it a totally different color, and sometimes I do it like a really fun, whimsical design. And I usually do that at the end, and so we shall see. Okay. I'm going to switch up and get my liner brush for a minute, because I want to fill in here. I'm not going to worry too much about the black and getting it on the boots or not getting it on the boots, because when we go back and do the boots, that's when we will clean it all up. Right now we don't have to be perfect. You just want the color where you need it to be. So I'm using this little liner brush, and I'm working my way in and around our little pointy witch shoes. Aren't these cute? Okay, I'm gonna wash that, give it a rinse, and then I want to do the same thing in here. Just filling in all the spots where my original 1-inch flat brush was too big to fit. Okay. All right. Now I want a little more variation. Did I get pink on me? Yeah. I want a little more variation down here. So I'm just using my liner brush and solid, this is Royal Fuchsia here, and going back in and just adding in a little bit of line, giving a little bit of texture to the bottom. Rinse my brush again. And since I went ahead and did my edge with the magenta, I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my edge with the lime green as well. Let me just dry my brush off. I'm going to get a little white. I'm going to get a little bit of this lime green and come in here and do the edge. I can still go back later on and put a fun design on it with some stripes and some polka dots. We shall see. Painting should be fun, you guys. I started painting as a way to relieve some stress that I was going through. And then actually, there came a time in my life when my sister was stolen away, and it was quite sudden. It wasn't an accident, it was an illness. It was called CJD. You can Google it if you want. And it was quite sudden, and I was very glad that I had my painting to help me through that. And so that's how I started painting. That is why I'm here. That's why I have a YouTube page. That's why I have my group, because I feel like painting is therapeutic, painting can turn off the noise in my head, and I like how painting helped me, and here I am, because if it helped me, it can help you too. So now I'm going to get my liner brush, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to start doing my boots. I'm just going to outline them a little bit. And like this is what I said before, if you messed up with your green or your fuchsia for the bottom, this is the time with your liner brush to come in here and fix it all. The liner brush works like a pencil. Have a nice amount of paint on it, a nice thin line, and you can come up in here and clean everything up. Of course, you may not be able to use your liner brush for such long strokes as I can, but that's okay, because you could just come in here and do some feather strokes and just overlap. So do what you're comfortable with. There's no right and wrong in art. It's art, it can't be wrong, and there are no art police. Unless, of course, you're stealing somebody else's designs, and that is wrong. But anyway, I digress. So I'm just outlining my boots with my liner brush, cleaning up all the lines where I may have gotten some green on my boots, or some of the fuchsia on the bottom. I want my boots to be nice and sharp and black. I'm going to use my liner brush to do that first, and then I'm going to get a smaller flat brush and fill them all in. I paint the way I color, and so I like to outline so I can see exactly where my colors are supposed to go. My eye is kind of drawn to that spot, and there's less chance of me messing up. Less chance. I don't say completely, but less chance. I'm not saying it's going to be perfect. Art can't be perfect. But I do say less chance of me messing up if I have my lines in there already, if I outline. I got a little black on there. With acrylic paint, you can fix anything. So I'm just going to wait for that to dry, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to fix it. I wiped off the bulk of it with my rag. I'm not concerned that I dripped that there. I will be more careful, but I'm not concerned because we will be able to fix that no problem. Now I'm using about a 1/4 inch flat brush, and I'm just going in and filling in my boots. Nice, fresh, solid black boots. Okay. Sometimes, depending on your canvas, if you have a deep weave in your canvas, sometimes you'll start to see little air bubbles, and so you would think you have painted it, and then the air bubbles pop, and then you have white spots. Just go back over it. It's fine. It happens. It's not you. It happens. Rinse my brush. That is a glare up there. That's not white. And then dry it off. Okay, I'm going to go back to my white with my narrower brush, it's about a 1/4 inch, and I'm going to come in here and I'm going to just fill in, base coat in my leggings. I want the sides of them to be nice and straight. I'm not going to worry about the top once they're all filled in. This is going to get hidden up here. Again, I did the outside, and then I'm just going to feather this up. Like I said, it's going to get hidden. If you don't like that, you can go right up to the top. Totally up to you. Get a nice straight line by the black, and then just this one's going to get lost up in here too. Okay, that might need a second coat. We shall wait and see. Wash my brush. Give it a rinse. I'm going to pick up some of this Royal Fuchsia over here. And I guess a little bit of white. And I'm going to go over the black here. And because now I have these streaky ones on that side, I'm going to add some streaky ones on this side so it matches. And that's it. That's it. All good. Not going to worry about it. Okay. At this point, our green should be fairly dry. Oh, you know what I'm missing? I'm missing a little bit of bright yellow. Let me grab it over here. Let's hope this works. When I buy my paints in bulk, I put them in these condiment bottles. Sometimes they get clogged, so I have to go grab a skewer or something to unclog it. Okay, I have 2 different size pouncers, 2 different companies. This one's ratty. I'm not going to worry about it. We're going to do some pouncing in our background a little bit. I'm going to mix. Let me get some white. I'm going to put my pouncer in 3 different colors. I'm going to pick up some of the green. I'm going to pick up some of this yellow. I'm going to pick up some of this white. And then I'm going to take it and give it a smush and twisting back and forth. Not completely, because I want my colors to stay where they are. I want them to blend, but I want to be able to see all the colors. So I'm going to go pick up some green, some yellow, and some white. Line them up again and give a little push. And just a little twist, twist, twist back and forth. Now I'm going to take my pouncers and I'm just going to push them down a little bit. When I put them down, I give a little twist. Get some more on there. Green, yellow, white. Smush it in there. Sometimes it's cool to have some going off the page a little bit and not be a total circle. Okay. And then I'm going to get my smaller pouncer and do the same thing with green, yellow, and white. And then do different sizes. When I pounce it down, I'm giving it a little twist. And you can do as many of these as you want or as few as you want. It's totally up to you. All right, I'm going to put that aside. I'm going to go back to my smaller brush. I'm going to do a second coat on my leggings because we want our leggings to be really, really white. So, don't forget, if you are not following me, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please hit the subscribe button. And also subscribe to this Southern Girl Cans Facebook page, YouTube channel. And this is This Southern Girl Cans Collaboween. I think in our family, I know Halloween is not for everyone. I assume you like Halloween if you're watching these, but there was a time when we probably decorated more for Halloween than we did for Christmas. Okay, so I gave my leggings. My sun is starting to set, so that's where you have this glare here. I apologize. Okay. And I can see I did get some little white spots. So I'm going to go back to my black with my liner brush and fix up those little white spots. Those little air bubbles popped in. I want my black to be nice and black. Okay. Now I'm going to pick up some white on my liner brush We just want to add a little bit of white highlight to our boots. The little curl of the toe. Okay. Then we want our laces. I'm going to get this little dabs, and then we put the lines for the laces, and then just dab, 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 dab. Okay. And there we go. Aren't they so cute? They're looking so cute. Yes, they are. Love those. I'm gonna rinse my brush. Okay. I need a little round brush. That might be too big. Let's try this one. Okay. I'm gonna get some round. I'm gonna get some brown here. Have this little round brush, which is losing its paint. That's okay. And I want to put a broom in here. So I want my broom to start about there and go up. Again, we're not going to worry about the top. I'm waiting for everything to dry. And the top of the broom is going to fade in under the skirt. Okay, that's the basic shape of our broom. And I'm just pulling in some brown now. I have this little round brush. I'm pulling in some brown. I'm pulling in some yellow ochre. And I want my broom to look multicolored and wispy. So I'm going to pick up some brown again. Then I'm going to come over here. I'm going to pick up some white. I'm just using little strokes. I don't want to overblend. I want to be able to see the browns. I want to be able to see the yellow ochres. I want to be able to see the whites. And I'm just lightly pulling up. Okay? I'm going to give that a chance to dry. We just have to add some more details to that. Painting is one of those things that your painting has to go through a little bit of some ugly stage before it gets to the good stage. And right now, as we're doing some of the detailing, that's when it really starts to come to life. But at the beginning, you may be like, ooh, I don't know if I like this. But trust me, as you go on, you follow step by step with my instructions, you will see that it all starts to come together. There's a reason I do things in the order that I do, and it'll all work out. A lot of times everybody frets like, oh, I messed up over here. No, don't worry about it. Keep going. And as you see, as your painting builds, as we go through it step by step, you will come to see that what you think you messed up on somewhere doesn't even matter once you do all the details and you add in everything that you're supposed to add in. So now I'm coming in here and I'm just doing a little bit of a spider web, and I'm going to just put a little spider body at the end of this spider web. Now, of course, this is not a real spider, but we do want, when we do our spider, we want our spider to have 8 legs. I don't know. It kind of means something. Spiders have 8 legs. You can draw the most wonkiest spider, but then as long as you put 8 legs on it, it's all good. Okay? So I'm going to leave that for now. I know there's a lot of switching around, but I'm really only using these 3 brushes. I do switch back and forth but that's because I like to keep my painting moving. I like to keep you guys interested. And this way, as one part dries, you can do another part. Don't forget, this is a video, you guys. You can pause, rewind, fast forward as much as you want or as much as you need to. I'm going in here, I'm going to use my 1/4 inch flat brush again, pick up some of this nice purple, and I'm going to start putting in the stripes for our leggings. Now, I don't know if you can tell, when I do my stripes for my leggings, they have a little bit of a curve to them, just a little bit, They're not going straight across, not stiff like soldiers, just a little bit of a curve. Not so much of an arc like a rainbow, but not straight across like a soldier too. Just a little bit of a dip in the middle. And you want to line them up as best you can from leg to leg. Again, it does not have to be perfect. Nobody's going to come knocking on your door and tell you how your legging stripes were off a little bit. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to go back to my large brush. Now the top of this skirt is really cool. You can do a rake brush. If you're a little bit more of an advanced painter, you can use a rake brush. I have one here that is this one. This is a rake brush. Or you can just stick to the round brush that you have, the flat brush that you're using. This is about a 1 inch flat. I'm going to show you what we're going to do. I'm going to do my skirt. Just make sure I have no water up in here. It's always important to make sure your brush is dry. If you get water up in here and then when you hold your brush upright, it could drip down and that'll make a mess on your painting. That's harder to fix than just getting paint somewhere that you didn't want it. It's fixable, but it's harder. Okay, I'm going over here to my white. And I'm just going to start feathering in white. You don't want it too thick. I don't care if I pick up purple because her skirt is going to be purple. This is why I said the top of the leggings didn't matter and the stripes didn't matter, because we're going to build on this. And I'm just lightly feathering in. Need a little bit more white. You see I'm doing like a little bit of a flick. I don't want a solid line on the bottom. I want it to look flary. I guess this is more like a tutu skirt. Okay, when it's wide enough, cover the top of my broom. I didn't care about my broom. It's about the same width on both sides. I'm going to go to the purple. I'm going to start adding in some purple. Now again, the purple is mixing with the white, just like the beginning of our painting when we had the white and the green and the white and the royal fuchsia mixing. And that's okay. Now we have white. Now we have light purple. A lot of variations going on in this skirt. So cute. I love how the purple and the lime green look so cool together and contrast like that, but they do look so cool together. Okay. I'm going to grab my heat gun for a minute. So talk amongst yourselves. The only difference between a heat gun and a hair dryer, it's a little bit hotter and it's supposed to be quieter, but I don't think it is that much quiet. So I could let this dry itself, but I'm going to dry it a little bit because I'm going to show you how we're going to layer our purple in here. So we did the white layer, then we picked up purple, but now our purple is very light because it mixed with the white. And now I just want to dry this a little bit And so when we go back and pick up fresh purple, you'll see how it will start contrasting. Got a little something on there, I don't know what that is. If you're into glitter, you can go back and do the boots in glitter. You can go over the bubbles or the pouncers that we did. You could do those in glitter. You can do the whole thing in glitter. It's totally up to you. Your art, your way. Okay. Down. I'm going to go back to, let me just wipe this off a little bit so I can get off the light purple and the white. I don't have to wash it. I just have to wipe it off. Pick up some fresh purple. And again, start doing the very same thing. And now we're getting a layer of the dark purple in here on our skirt. We've got a little something in there. Sometimes the paint has some chunky stuff in it, so you want to watch out for that. Okay, now I'm going to turn my brush. Is this going to, it might be too wet. I like to turn my brush and add in, nope, it's too wet, so I'm not going to do that. We'll wait. Okay, you see how the skirt has all these different variations? Got the white and the light and then the dark. And I'm flicking. I'm using this flicking motion with my hand. Okay. Let me put that up. I'm going to get my brush. Doesn't matter which brush this time because I'm going to show you why. I do want it to be dry so I don't have water dripping all over. I'm going to use the back handle of my brush, and I'm going to put 2 white dots for my spider. See that? I'm going to let that dry a little bit. I'm going to get my liner brush. Go back to my purple. And I'm just adding in a little bit more dark to my purple so my tights have a little bit of contrast to them. I'm underlining them and then I'm making them darker and feathering it out a little bit. Do the same thing here. Pull it to the bottom and then just add a little bit darker. I'm not going to go do the top one because our skirt is over it. There's no reason to do that. I'm just making it a little bit more shaded on the inside with this fresh purple, and so we have a little bit of a contrast in the stripes. They're a little bit darker, fresh purple shaded to the inside. Wash my brush, and then we're going to do the opposite with the white. So I'm just going to pick up some white and very lightly add some highlight on the other side of the leggings, on the outside going towards the middle. So we added some shadow, some darkness, fresh purple to the inside, and now we're adding some white highlight to the outside. Okay. Then I'm going to pick up, is it going to work? No, I'm going to go back. I'm using my liner brush. I'm going back to getting the fresh purple. And I'm just adding in some nice fresh lines of purple. It's doing the same thing. It's almost adding like folds like we did to the bottom where we did the darker areas on the leggings. And I'm just pulling it in. This is totally fresh purple. And I'm just pulling in some of those lines. When they dry, you can see how it will contrast. And then I'm going to do the same thing with some white. Just adding a little bit of highlight to her skirt. That's it, not too much. Okay. Then I want to grab tiny bit of black. I'm going to use my liner brush. Just going to put the very tip in it. And then I'm going to come over here and I want to do black centers on my spider. My wand white was a little too wet still, so I got to make it bigger. Isn't it cute? And there we have it. What a cute design, you guys. Let me turn you guys around. Oh, I know. We can do this. All right, I'm not a letterer, but we can try it. We can try it. We can try it. I had a piece of chalk. Okay. Ready? Who knows what I'm writing? Can anybody see that? I'm gonna get my black marker pen. Actually, this is a paint pen. This is a Posca paint pen. And I'm gonna come in here. I'm not gonna worry about, I'm not gonna get paint on me. Okay. You know where I'm going with this now? And there we have it. There we have it. Turn you guys around. That's it. Done. If the shoe fits. Isn't that cute? So, thank you for joining this Southern Girl Cans Collaboween. If you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please hit the red button below. And please go back to the description so you can find the links and the information for all the other collaborators in this Collaboween collaboration. Thanks, everyone.